Welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. And before we go into more unfortunate news, we're gonna talk about the public bus a little bit. So yesterday there was a meeting between BMTA, Bangkok Mass Transit Authority, and the public bus operator. It's the joint business operating between government
the private
unit,
operators
the private
that working with.
Yes. So what happened is due to a lot of cost that has been increasing, the public bus operator is asking government to help them with the expense and the funding. So they propose 4 measures. One, they asked BMTA or Bangkok Mass Transit Authority to adjust the debt structure of the operator to considering adjusting the debt structure. And they also would like BMTA to exempt the route fee right now currently at 35 baht per trip for the fan bus and also 65 baht per trip for the air conditioning bus, or somehow asking BMA to somehow find other solution to help compensate on the route fees that they have to pay. And they also asking the Transportation Ministry to find more low interest fund so it can become a little more accessible for the operators. So obviously this is concentrate on the funding and expense.
Right.
And the last request is for the ministry to find a way to subsidize or compensate on the increasing gas price. So this due to the fact that they have been trying to ask the government to allow them to increase the bus fare,
Right.
but it hasn't passed the cabinet or hasn't get approved yet. So now they're asking the government to, if they cannot approve the increase in bus fare, then help them with some other measures that can ease them with the expense. So the ministry told them that they just have to come back with more details on the expense and the funding in next couple days, and it will be sent to the ministry within this week.
Okay.
So look like the government is trying its best. The government and the BMTA trying its best to keep the fare low currently, but we understand that business operators have to earn their living too.
That's
So
true.
they have to have some kind of measures that help them with the expense and funding.
Now move on to another news updates in terms of the situation at this point. Flooding have seen quite a bit of in some part of the country. The situation got better. At this point, the Department of the Disaster Prevention and Mitigation came out and said that about 19 of the provinces has been already seen some receding of the water level, especially in Chiang Mai, Mae Hong Son, Phayao, Lampang, Kamphaeng Phet, as well as in the northeast, in the Yasothon and Kalasin as well, and in Phetchabun, Ratburi and Kanchanaburi. So of course those areas are doing pretty well. However, at this point, 2 of the provinces that seems to be the hardest hit and continue to be is Prachinburi and Chha Cheong Sao. Chha Cheong Sao is not that far from Bangkok, so that means that we're gonna have to brace for that. They say that at this point there are 15 of the moderate, I guess, hit provinces at this point that seems quite a bit of floodwater is not as bad, and Pratnakhon Si Ayutthaya is one of them already. Instead of being hardest hit at this point, they see a bit of the water level receding, and 6 provinces that see a little bit of water is in Khon Kaen, Pisanulok, Phichit, Srapuri, Lopburi, and Samut Prakan. Of course, we have talked about the typhoon Nari before. They say that it will reach the central part of Vietnam on the 15th, so today and tomorrow, and then probably would actually decrease the level of its intensity. So hopefully we're not going to see much of it. Now, moving on to updates in terms of the water level that seems to be rising, especially in Ban Sang district of Prachinburi province. They say that the water in the Prachinburi river itself just keep on flowing into Ban Sang district, and at this point there's a dike as high as 90 centimeters but still could not really help with the situation, and everything just go into the Ban Sang district. Now they say that water level in the area, some has seen as high as 3 meters, so you can imagine that's just not in a good condition for anyone at all. Various authorities sent in the rescue packages as well as the healthcare, the mobile healthcare clinic that trying to help the residents in the area so they would get help a little bit better. However, talking about the province that has already seen some dry land, Sa Kaeo province of Aranyapratet district have already talked about big cleaning day yesterday. They have done a big cleaning day, bringing all the residents along with officials. Over 500 of the police officers were there to help with cleaning the area, especially in the market of the Aranyapratet district. Now they say that the water has been receding since the 10th and became normal on the 12th, and they have seen quite a bit of the garbages strewing around the street, so that is why the big cleaning day was actually taking place yesterday. And our Prime Minister has given an interview yesterday talking about her plan to visit the site today. Of course, the spot that she will visit most definitely is Bang Kla district of Chha Cheong Sao province. There's still some of the water in the area, but the Prime Minister will definitely go to the area today right after the cabinet meeting, which is taking place today. Plus, she will be in the Kabinburi district of Prachinburi province as well. So hopefully the situation will ease out a bit, but at this point, the Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Department has been tasked to look after the situation, making sure that all the victims are helped and assisted accordingly.
Okay. Oh well.
Well, the situation
it seems like situation in many provinces getting better, and hopefully when Nari touched Thailand, it wouldn't be so bad.
No.
But the next news is not so cheerful as well. This happened in Pathum Thani province, very close to Bangkok. Yesterday late morning, there was a report of 4 kids aged between 8 to 11 years old drowned in Rangsit Prayun Sak Canal. The canal is about 6 meters deep. So apparently this is actually a group of 6 children. These 6 children has been playing in the canal for 2 or 3 days now, just to ease with the hot weather.
Right.
And just yesterday, while they were playing, suddenly one of the kids yelling that they were drowning and asking for help. So there was a good Samaritan that was actually fishing nearby, just jump into the canal and able to rescue one of the kids. So he able to rescue one of the kids, but unfortunately another 3 didn't make it. They were drowned, and it's about 2 hours later that the rescue team able to find the body of the kids. Unfortunate. This happened in all these kids are in the same neighborhood in Pruksa village in Lampakut sub-district, Thanburi district of the Pathum Thani province. This is very close to Bangkok. It's just unfortunate.
Well, that's the thing. We have talked about this before, that children seems to enjoy being around the water. And this one is sluice gate, so there's the current around the area is even stronger than any other spot. So be very careful. Sometimes you think that you are already careful. You told them what not to do, but children will be children.
Yes.
They need a supervision.
And it's 6 meters deep. That's like, even for adult, it's scary.
Exactly. All right, move on to another news related to children as well. Apparently, there has been a project, a good project launch, talking about children, Thai children, and IT, the information technology, because obviously we use that a lot. We have seen a lot of children playing on computers, playing games, and there has been a lot of talk in terms of whether or not computer games instigate violence within the children. At this point, the Culture Ministry has launched one of a good project that worked with closely with the psychiatry department as well, in terms of trying to see whether or not they could ease this particular problem a little bit. They say that at this point, after the survey, more than 2.7 million children in the country are addicted to computer games. And they say that this particular survey conducted during the second quarter of this year, and over 20,000 children were actually being surveyed. They say that as many as 15% of the children are addicted to gaming, while 18 million children in Thailand's population, this is out of the 18 million population. And they say that according to the behaviors that seems to appear from these children that addicted to game, some of them are very violent, and some of them even try to commit suicide when the parents ask them to stop playing games. Some of them skipped classes and would not sleep at night at all, just so they could play games. Of course, a lot of them have problem with their studies, could not join other activities in school at all, and they need to find help. According to this particular survey, they have said already, especially from the survey that has been done by Sirit Hospital, they say that about 30 to 40 children every year coming into Sirit Hospital, the Faculty of Medicine, to get help in terms of at the Department of Psychiatry to try to stop the addiction of video games. So this particular project, Thai Children and IT, is trying to bringing all the children together with the adults to see their points of view, to see what kind of problem there is, because they say that they don't want to pinpoint that it's the game alone that create this problem. So they say that perhaps talking a little bit more among each other, especially talking with parents and children, might help the situation. Now they say that there will be a Thailand Game Show Big Festival taking place on the 18th to the 20th of this month. So very soon, in 3 days, at the Royal Paragon Hall on the 5th floor of Siam Paragon, and hopefully there probably be a lot of children that could be surveyed there as well, and they probably will try to exchange a little bit more information among the children and the parents that might attend this particular event to see what can be done to stop it, because they say that at this point it's almost like we're in a culture of looking down on our phone and not even talking to each other. And
I'm guilty of that charge.
we all are. We all are.
I'm actually one of those. I'm actually one of those kids that addicted to some of the games, but my parents make sure enough that I have to finish my homework first before they give me time. But back in the day, the game is not in cell phone or all this mobile device. The game just have to stick to the TV, so it's a little bit more difficult to get it going.
Right. So at this point, I think all in all is that obviously, especially with the drowning news, I think supervision is needed for all children. Don't take it lightly. You need to supervise them at all time. All right, let's take a short break. We'll come back with a little bit updates on the situation in terms of the protesters that's still ongoing. Plus,
in Bangkok, yes.
The second deliberation of the Article 190 is taking place today, so I'll give you a little bit more heads up on that, so please stay tuned.